Let me just tell you, my worst flare-ups happen right after the weekends. You may already know where I'm going with this. Weekends were always reserved for parties, and the drinks were never left out of the picture. So here are 3 important tips to avoid alcohol flare-ups. The one thing that eczema and alcohol have in common is heat, which is exactly what's causing the inflammation in your body. The best way to experience good skin and overall better health is to learn how to keep your body cool on the inside. Regular alcohol consumption totally goes against that by heating up and dehydrating the body. The skin is one of the many things that excessive alcohol consumption destroys in the body. Alcohol is actually one of the worst, most aggressive compounds to destroy the skin. It inflames the tissue, and systemic inflammation to the skin caused by alcohol creates a histamine reaction that creates redness. Number 2, know the types of alcohol to avoid completely. If you can't totally give up drinking, here are some suggestions that I would consider. Different types of alcohol have different levels of effect on the skin, but as a general rule, the clearer the better. Gin, vodka, and tequila, they get out of your system a lot quicker than the darker options. Although this is true, I did something very different once I decided to change my diet and overall consumption. I actually stopped drinking for 2 years and just stuck to wine only afterwards. So there's another option for you. The decision I made to stop alcohol consumption for 2 years played a huge part in how fast my skin recovered. I'm not saying that's what you have to do, but if you want to see significant improvement, you'll definitely have to choose something less harmful and consume it less frequently. The one thing that I realized while trying to stop is that there's always a reason to have a drink. And every time you get excited about the thought of having a drink, the next thought rolls in as a reminder that you're trying to behave yourself. So yeah, there's a challenge, but it's okay. Those are meant to be dominated. And 3, dilute your system with water the very next day, if not the same night if possible. As I mentioned in another video, the trick to treating eczema is bringing your body to a certain level of alkalinity. You'll get to a point where the sensitivity will be so keen that you'll know exactly when a flare-up is coming with just enough time to interrupt and eliminate it. If you're experiencing a flare-up, it simply means that there's too much heat in your body. That's exactly what the terms flare and inflame mean. These terms are referring to fire or excessive heat. Once the threat is eliminated, your body is cooled and hydrated and taking in the right amount of nutrients, you'll see that inflammation will start to subside, meaning that chronic illnesses, most of them that you're facing, that anyone is facing, would start to improve under these conditions. Your body will come out of its defense mode and stop producing fighter cells. If you've already done some research before landing here, then you probably know that eczema can be caused by a plethora of things. The important thing to understand is that it's just a consequence of chronic inflammation. And chronic inflammation is just a consequence of an activated immune system, which is of course a consequence of an ongoing threat, in this case alcohol. The question that most eczema patients are often left with though is, how come none of my friends, or in this case drinking buddies, have the same problem? Refer to my video on how to heal eczema naturally, where I go into detail about what makes us different and how different conditions manifest within each type of person. The reality is that while you're suffering through itchy, burning skin problems, your friends could be brewing something a lot more serious. We're all just different types of soups with different proportions of the same ingredients. So when we ingest anything that's toxic or threatens the system in any way, it manifests in a variety of ways based on our body type. If you would like to read up more on this ancient science, go ahead and visit the link in the description. Thanks for watching.